Chapter 30. Fracture Lines. Morning unfolded with deceptive calm across Aethelgard. Light flowed along the great conduits, terraces shimmered softly, and the city carried on as though nothing had changed. Yet beneath the surface, tensions tightened like unseen threads pulled too taut. Elara sensed it immediately. The tether against her skin pulsed, not urgently, but with a subtle irregularity she had never felt before. A hesitation, as if something somewhere resisted. Kaelen joined her on the balcony, his gaze already scanning the distant rings. "The currents are fluctuating," he said quietly. Elara frowned. "More than yesterday?" He nodded. "And localized." She turned toward him. "Where?" "Lower residential tiers," he said, "near one of the auxiliary nodes." Her chest tightened. "That shouldn't happen. Those systems are buffered." Kaelen's expression grew grave. "Unless someone removed the buffers." Moments later they were moving swiftly through the city. Citizens walked the pathways, though a faint unease lingered. Conversations hushed, glances lingering toward the glowing channels beneath the streets. As they descended toward the lower tiers, the light grew subtly unstable, faint flickers rippling across the crystalline surfaces. Elara felt a prickle along her arms. The balance was slipping. They arrived at a wide plaza centered around a minor energy node, normally a place of gentle illumination and gathering. Today, a low vibration hummed through the air. Technicians stood nearby, speaking in tense voices. One of them looked up. "Counselor Liaison," he said, recognizing Elara. "We're seeing oscillations we can't dampen." Elara approached the node. "What triggered it?" The technician hesitated. "We were instructed to reroute additional flow this morning. Temporary measure." Elara exchanged a look with Kaelen. "By whom?" she asked. The technician lowered his voice. "Counselor Thane's office." A sudden pulse rippled through the plaza, light flaring briefly before dimming again. Murmurs spread among the gathered citizens. Kaelen stepped closer to the node, closing his eyes. "Elara," he said quietly, "the system is being stressed deliberately." Her stomach dropped. "This isn't stabilization, it's a test." Above them, a projection shimmered to life, an official notice broadcasting calm instructions about routine adjustments. Elara felt a flicker of anger. "They're calling this routine." Kaelen's voice was steady. "They want to observe how the system reacts under load." Another pulse, stronger this time. The ground vibrated faintly. Citizens stepped back, unease turning toward fear. Elara placed her hand near the node interface, sensing the flow. The tether responded instantly, warmth spreading through her, offering clarity. She could feel the imbalance like a discordant note. "We need to reduce the load," she said. Kaelen nodded. "Agreed." Before they could act, a calm voice spoke behind them. "That will not be necessary." They turned. Counselor Thane stood at the edge of the plaza, flanked by several officials. His expression was composed, almost cordial. "Elara," he said smoothly, "you honor us with your diligence." Elara's jaw tightened. "This node is destabilizing. We need to restore normal flow." Thane folded his hands. "It is under observation," he replied. "All parameters remain within acceptable thresholds." Kaelen regarded him steadily. "Your perspective is noted." "Your perspective is noted." Elara stepped forward. "You're putting people at risk," she said quietly. Thane smiled faintly. "Progress always carries risk." A sharper surge rippled through the node, light flaring bright enough to cast stark shadows across the plaza. Gasps rose from the crowd. Elara felt the tether pull, urging her toward intervention. She looked at Thane. End the test. For a moment, silence hung between them. Then Thane inclined his head slightly. Very well, he said. He gestured to an aide. Moments later, the node's hum softened, the oscillations easing gradually. Relief spread through the plaza like a collective exhale. Elara watched him carefully. You planned this, she said. Thane met her gaze without hesitation. Preparedness is not planning for harm. As officials dispersed, Kaelen leaned closer to Elara. He was measuring, he murmured, not just the system. She understood instantly. He was measuring us. Later, summoned to a private chamber, Elara stood across from Thane. The room was quiet, its walls lined with softly glowing panels. I appreciate your concern, Thane said, but you must understand, the city cannot depend on uncertainties. Elara folded her arms. Balance is not uncertainty. Thane stepped closer. Your bond with Kaelen is unprecedented, remarkable, but unpredictable. A chill passed through her. What are you suggesting? He said, that we must ensure resilience, with or without external cooperation. His gaze sharpened. If circumstances required it, could you act independently of him? Elara felt the question settle heavily. Our strength comes from working together. Thane's expression revealed nothing. Of course, he said. When she left, unease lingered like a shadow. Outside, Kaelen waited. What did he want? Elara exhaled slowly. To know if we can be separated. Kaelen's eyes darkened slightly. That confirms it, he said. He's preparing contingencies. Elara nodded. And testing limits. That night, the city glowed quietly, yet the light felt thinner, stretched across unseen strain. Elara stood by the window, watching distant currents ripple. The lines are shifting, she murmured. Kaelen joined her. Yes, he said, and not all of them are visible. Far below, in secured control chambers, new parameters were entered into the system, subtle adjustments designed to isolate variables. Counselor Thane watched silently. Begin Phase 2, he said. High above, the tether glowed softly, steady against the gathering storm.